Meow.
Meow, meow.
Meow. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on Crafted. And wow, I got it right. Riko is that to the right of me? Right, left of me. But is my right the other left? I don't know. And Skipper is taking up the bottom panel. And he is the man. And we were going to have a special guest, but she had surprise relatives show up. And so it's like
the worst kind.
It's totally cool.
I don't like surprise relatives.
When it's your daughter, I think it's okay, probably.
Oh, that's different.
No, it's not.
Siblings. Or not siblings. What are children called?
Children?
Yeah, when it's your children, I think it's different. But I don't know. I don't have any. I like it whenever I see my cats.
What are they called? What are they called on your tax form? Your
dependents.
Your dependents.
Well,
and once you get to my age, dependence depends. Never mind. It was a pee joke. Keep going.
Okay. So tonight, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to make sponge filter covers, and I'm going to set up. And if Riko, if you want to say hi to people, or Skipper, if you want to, I'm just going to set up just a little bit. I'm going to push you guys back. I'm going to turn my light so it's facing.
Well, the participants list isn't really fleshed out. So let's look at just the regular chat, and we see Garcia first. What's up, Berto? Drink water, and there's Ivy and Adele and Lady R. Tom's Tanks. Hello, Sky Dancer. There's Pooplin, TJ Autocross, and he is Pooplin. He's Pooplin. Right. That's Pooplin because I am Riko Stain, and he is Pooplin.
Oh gosh,
that's how it goes. So, Sky Dancer. Hello, Night Owl. Linda Worth. There's Mike B and Nancy B in Tennessee. Love that name too. It just rolls off the tongue. Dapper
so
Dennis, and TJ Autocross, GRB. What's up? Travis Myers and Yellowstone. Big Shrimpin', and there's the Skipper guy down there too. That's it so far. I'm sure people are going to start trickling in soon.
Oh yeah.
I just joined.
They don't get the notifications till about 5-10 minutes in.
Well, and KG's still going too, so there's that too. Maybe I should be more courteous and not start right away, but I am. I don't care.
It's your time. That's all right.
Doesn't mind.
Right. No.
Okay.
There's Brooklyn and Caprici Parks. Hello.
These things just aren't very pretty in our tanks, you know? Now, I mean, it's like this is a co-op one. This is a generic one that got laid on its side, and you can't even see it. My light is. I unplugged my light. That's even worse. Well, there you can kind of see it. See, it got heat set.
Oh.
So don't let them sit like that. I don't even know how it happened. I mean, that you would think it would almost automatically go up, but. And then I've got this is like a medium size. I don't know if this is the medium or the small. And then they've got a nano. And it is called the nano filter. So what we want to do is we want to hide these tanks or these things. And I did practice runs before, so I don't have a complete failure like I've been having, but I'm going to show you guys the failure.
Real quick though, we had a question there that I think is important from our friend Tom Patterson. He says, "What's up with James not streaming?" So James is just taking a break right now with the move and stuff. They're working on their internet access and stuff, and he's definitely coming back, but he's just taking a break for a little while. You might see him sporadically do some streams here and there, but he'll be back in his spot at some point in the near future.
Yeah, he doesn't have internet where his new house is. So if he might do like a pop-up when he's in town and stuff. But we tried doing it on his telephone, but he's like a data plan, and it was costing him a wazoo, a whole bunch. So it was rough on him. But do I need to turn that light back on?
I mean,
I
the
better.
brighter it is, the better. But I think people can see it. It's up to you. Up to you.
No, I will.
Hi, Skipper.
Hello. How are you today?
You're looking mighty fine tonight.
I always do.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. You're a good-looking man.
People were thinking I was going to say thanks. No, I don't do that. But I do
Skipper
got
doesn't say thank you. What? That's just crazy.
no. No, that's craziness.
Hey, there's oh, there, Ed, you can hear us now. Alien World's here.
Oh, awesome. Hey, man, how
And
you doing?
there's Liquid Zoo came in too.
Awesome. Now, Alien World, you go check him out. He is like all about the airsoft guns now, and they're amazing. Super cool. Okay, so can you see this any better?
I think you should put yourself there on the big screen there.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Let's see.
Larry
There we
D,
go.
hello, sir.
Okay, so what happened was I didn't have enough structure in the clay to hold these things together. I made them look like wood, and we're going to show how to do that. And then we're going to talk about painting them at the end. But so my new idea was to use PVC pipe, and I cut it in half on my table saw. And then this is a piece that's like, it would be fine for the small one. Now you don't want something that's going to be too close. So you don't want to push this right up against it. You don't want to have it a little back so water can get all around it. But you can see like there's a half inch all the way around it. And then the problem is this is a 4-inch PVC. I could have got 5-inch, but you can barely see, and definitely there's no way that this big fatty's going to be there. But
now
let
me ask you.
Yeah.
Why did you not like the one for the nano size there? It looked like it fits good to me. The clay one that you did. No, the clay one that you did. You said you didn't like.
Well, what happened is it was like a log. So it went nice and straight up, and it like ballooned out. Yeah. See, I mean, if it was like this, it would make more sense because trees bloom out at the bottom, not at the top.
True.
So what happened was it ballooned out. Now I could probably paint it maybe gray or something and make it look like a rock.
I still think it looks, that's just, I think that's you and your eye for detail, because I don't even really notice, and I think it would look great on that nano one.
Well, another thing is if it's a nano one, I think you want as small as possible cover because it's in a little tank, and that's going to be what everybody looks at. So it might be almost more distracting than the sponge filter itself.
Yeah. Brother Dan came in Surf City. Hello.
You could glue like some moss to it and stuff and just kind of turn it into a moss wall.
Yeah,
that'd probably work great.
GRB said maybe sand the top down, the sides there a little bit.
And this stuff is amazing with a Dremel. Dremels just take the stuff right off so easy. It's amazing. Absolutely love working with this stuff. Now I bake it for 10 minutes longer than I'm supposed to make sure that there's no chemicals. Sculpey brags on their website that their stuff is fish tank safe. But I saw a Liquid Zoo here, Matt. He used the black, and I don't know if they're guaranteeing their colors, the dyes in it, if they're fish tank safe. So that's why I only use really the white. I have used the gray and had no problems. And I'm going to actually, we're going to make 2 of these tonight, the wood ones, and then I'm going to make a sculpture one either next week or the following week, depending on if we have our special guest. So this is a sculpture one that I've been wanting to do probably for 20 years. So
Nice.
I think it's going to be pretty cool when we do it. But gray costs so much more. It's stupid. This
It's
gray,
crazy.
1 pound is $16.99, and these they're either $6.99 or $5.99 at Walmart. So it's just
Still 1 pound. They're both a pound.
Yeah, they're both a pound.
That's crazy.
So I'm very conservative with my colors. That's just crazy. But I have done gray before. I made a Stonehenge that worked, and it didn't leak, and they stayed nice and solid. And I want to try to do it over and maybe make a video on that sometime. The thing is I was having a hard time getting carpeting plants to grow because I don't do any of the gas and
CO2.
CO2. Yeah. So what we're doing is I'm going to use this clay today. I've already started working with. Wait a minute. I want to make this look like a better shape. Okay.
Too late.
I've already been working with this, so it's a little softer. But
real quick before you dive in any farther, I just want to, you got some more highs coming in. Vanoski and Patty and Dragon Lair, who had his surgery, and he said he's doing a lot. He's doing fine. He said his energy levels are up and he's doing great. So it's good to see you, Patrick, and I'm glad that you're doing well. And I think I got everybody so far. If I didn't get you, I'm sorry, but hello, everybody.
My light bulb, it just seems like the light bulb is a 60 watt instead of 100 watt that I normally use. It seems so dark.
It does look a little bit
to everybody.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Maybe
it's not bad. We can still
get a brighter light bulb. Oh, it is white.
Entirely up to you.
So I've smashed this one down, and then I've roughed it up with where's my sandpaper? I use a real high grit, real thick sandpaper, and I just kind of rough it up. Now, wherever you burn it, that has a tooth to it. Tooth is what makes paint or whatever materials you're trying to get to stick to a canvas or plastic stick. So I just kind of scratch it up, and that's going to help my clay stick to it. And I've seen people actually use a torch on their PVC to give it this brown look, and they cover the whole thing in the brown look. And so they can and if you don't cut it in half, you can make that into a cave. And then you can also take the end of it and squeeze it. So that way it's not a hole on each end for your plecos. For somebody that might be really looking for something. So this one I already scuffed up. This one isn't scuffed at all. You can see the nice clearness. And I'm just going to go all over it. It just scratches it all up really well. And then I made these PVC pieces a little longer than they should, because I'm figuring anybody that's doing this is going to do this in substrate. So you're probably going to want to bury it a ½ inch thick into your substrate. So that way we don't need to make this clay go from top. We'll start it at top, but we don't have to get it all the way to the bottom. So there we go. So, I didn't realize I'd get all this sandpaper all over my mat. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it into a ball and then make it flat. And I want to say hi to my Uncle Bruce as he's recovering.
Hi, Uncle Bruce.
Stroke. That's no fun.
Yeah. Hope he's doing well.
Me too. Hope everybody's doing well. It's awesome hearing about Podrick.
I just looked really quick to see if there was any dangers of burning PVC. Bunny Viper mentioned that. And it says that they're unverified, that it does release some some stuff, but it's unverified if it's actually harmful. I mean, again, it's plastic, so I would always be, careful. But it says here, the harmful effects of burning polyvinyl chloride pipe are largely unverified. What can be verified is that if PVC does actually catch on fire, the fumes coming off the pipe at 158 degrees Fahrenheit are hydrogen chloride gas burning off of the surface of the PVC that will actually displace oxygen, causing the fire to go out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say that there's, I think, ventilation is a good idea in any time you're burning any kind of plastics or doing any of that kind of stuff. But it doesn't.
I did this in my driveway.
Yeah, outside, so you're fine. Yeah, doesn't look like it's super dangerous. But don't try this at home.
It must be and I mean the Sculpey is made from like the sandpaper or the sawdust from these from PVC. So Sculpey is basically PVC. They've just added a couple other chemicals to make it, like a clay, and then you bake those chemicals out to make it soft. So did you hear about the train that blew up or derail and then they lit it on fire?
Yeah, and it's still causing all kinds of problems. Fish dying and people's chickens and stuff in the area all dying and just all kinds of scary stuff.
That's pretty terrible.
It's pretty scary.
Do we have any? I was wondering if we had anybody in that area.
Well, there's plenty of people in Ohio, but I don't know if anybody's around there.
Well, it's right on the border, like of West Virginia and Pennsylvania, I think.
Yeah.
So how it looked like the wind is drifting it all into West Virginia, which is scary because I have a niece that just moved there, but I think she's on the very southern part. But man, any fish fam out there, I'm so sorry if that's you.
Excuse me. Ooh.
So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make it as thin as possible because this is going to be my skeleton. So I don't need to have it very thick at all. I should have brought like a rolling pin out. I wasn't thinking.
Sorry, I had to take that call.
Didn't even hear about it.
He didn't even know you were gone.
Everything okay?
I'm like a ninja. In and out.
The redneck ninja.
Yeah. Funny. Yeah. I say that at work too. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm slow. You call me the fat redneck ninja. I'll get you.
I'm fat and slow and loud and just everything a ninja's not. Anti-ninja.
You know what? I left my cutting tools and stuff downstairs in the craft room. I'm going to have to get a butter knife so I can cut it.
I love that you have a craft room.
Yeah, I do too. It's really fun.
Why aren't we down there?
Scuba Steve, hello, sir.
I didn't think I had enough space to.
No, you're right.
I didn't have enough space to do all this.
No, you're
to really roll it.
That's when you're doing something like that. It's better to show it that way, anyways.
Okay, so now I'm going to cut it like that. And now I'm going to use this petrified wood.
Okay.
Because it has this awesome grain on it. And it just looks so amazing. And I'm just kind of, just going to kind of roll it across to give it the wood look. And the petrified wood is like crazy cool how it works. I didn't like this piece because it hardly has any of that like crystal in it, you know, but it like works great for this. When I was setting up the fish tank downstairs, I was like, why did I buy this piece of rock? It's so ugly. And turned out it's working out pretty good.
I don't have any place around here to get that stuff. It drives me crazy.
Oh no, that's no fun.
That's just like rocks. Like, yeah, I can't just like go to a rock yard. Like how you see down in Florida when them guys are going out getting rocks. You got these rock yards, it's on a pallet and the stones are caged in. You can just go
Yeah,
pick them. Yeah,
it's awesome.
Wish we did, but we don't.
Well, that's a real shame.
I'm brain
That's pretty
dead.
cool. It depends on who you're working with, because some of those rock landscaping places are real cool. Most of them are, and they'll say like, just fill it in a bucket. Put what you want in a bucket, and then we'll weigh it, and it's like $1 a pound or something, or
Yeah, I
they'll
think
weigh your truck before and after. So what I did was, I didn't put the clay at the bottom, because I want to stick that into the substrate, and there's no point of wasting the expensive Sculpey in the substrate.
Thinking ahead.
So
you're going to keep that attached to there.
Yes.
Okay.
PVC is totally safe for your fish tank. I use it all the time for hides, tubes and stuff.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go over it a little more. Whoops, where'd my rock go? To kind of crinkle it up a little bit more in different spots, because I did put some thumbprints in it, shaping it.
So I was thinking about that today whenever you said he's using the PVC, right? And I was worried about, the temperature. I know you said it's only 275.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of another way to do it was, how you can get them stainless steel rods?
Yeah.
Like people get it for whenever they want to feed zucchinis or cucumbers. Like I got mine off Amazon. They're actually airplane axles for the model airplanes is what it's for. Replacement part for the ones that they fly and stuff. You can get them pretty cheap, like a bundle of them, right? I was thinking about I was going to make a frame for you and send it to you.
Well, that's cool. I've used that type of stuff for making helmets. I once made a helmet to put in a fish tank. I was doing a Lord of the Rings helmet, and I had to. What I did was I took wires and built it around that, and
yeah,
kind of came out pretty cool. I wish I still had it. It got smashed when I moved to Tennessee. So, I mean, this thing weighs a little over a pound, or no, probably a little under a pound, because I used about 3/4 of the clay on it, plus the PVC. But I think this is going to be freaking awesome. So now, look at that. That totally hides this sponge filter. Now, like I say, when I stick this in the bottom, I put a ring around it, so that way that would help keep it back, from falling forward. I'm not going to put anything in the back, because I'm going to just shove it down into the substrate. And if you have like really lightweight substrate or something, you don't have a sand, but a real gritty grit, you could put a rock or something right in front of it, because you're going to have the filter behind it. But it'll go just like that. And there's a good inch between the filter and the hide. So I'm pretty happy with this.
Now, are you
going to? This one came out really good.
Are you going to do the epoxy paint on that?
Well, yes, and I don't have the epoxy yet. I need to get the exact name from Dr. Anthony and practice, and that's why I'm going to make 2. So if I mess one up, I'll have a backup. But yeah, that was the goal. And then I also thought maybe I would ask the guys at my aquarium, because they're building some fish tanks right now, and they're going to be painting everything. So, I pay a freaking butt ton for the stupid pass or, season pass. They could tell me how to paint stuff.
You would think, right?
Johnny
more
from
than
Dan
happy to talk.
Johnny from Dan's Fish said, if I can't see the filter, I don't have to clean it, right?
Pretty much.
And hi,
So,
everybody
yeah, I
else
just-
came in. Kenny, a whole bunch of other people came in too. Hello, everybody.
So I paint that brown, and what I do is I would make 2 epoxies. I'd make one brown, and then I'd make one with a little bit of black in the brown to make it a little darker, and just barely go over it, just to give it some, some spots of texture. You can't use, we can't use this stuff.
Yeah.
The Fusion, Krylon Fusion. This is totally fish tank safe. But what happens is the chemicals in this that keep this nice and liquidy in your can causes this to turn into liquid too. There's a chemical reaction. So it's very bizarre how that happens, but it does happen. You could use the black pond foam on it. But I mean, if you're going to do that, I wouldn't even use the PVC. You could just take this, spray it with the black pond foam, and then you can literally take sand, rocks, roll it in it, and have it all stick. So the black foam, and you can spray paint the foam with this stuff. So you can spray paint it anything you want with the foam. You can also just spray paint your PVC pipe. Right. It's totally safe with it. Gosh, I can hold it towards me. So those are some of the things. So that's the trick. There is dry lock paints that are concrete paints, and I have a quart of it, and I wanted to show it to you guys, and I can't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I didn't bring that up.
So the dry lock, ain't that kind of like what we use on like walls to keep moisture out?
Yeah. It's a concrete paint, and it's almost like concrete or something, and it has no problem going in your tank. The problem with it is it's all white at the fish store, at Lowe's or Home Depot. And so you have to add the dyes to it. And then and you don't, but the people do, and then they shake it all up. So you have to buy a quart of paint. It's the smallest it comes in, because you can buy it in 5-gallon buckets, because people do their whole basements and stuff.
Yeah.
But or garage floor. But the smallest is 1 quart, and it costs about $14 for 1 shade of paint. So, and I mean, you don't put much paint on something this big.
No.
So I'm going to have that 1 quart forever, and I'd like to get a 2nd quart and just make it a little bit darker gray. So I have 2 shades of gray. I used that for my stalactites, because I wanted my stalactites to be gray and white. So, and that's why I bought it that one time, to make it work. But I'm going to make another one of these guys.
Stephen P came in. He's working on something, so he's lurking. A whole bunch of Long Family Shoal came in. I don't think we said hi to Geek Boy. I think that was it. Oh no, Vibes Aquatics came in. You got a whole bunch of people. How many people are in here, Ed? I can't see that.
Well, it says 53.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
So, yeah, thanks
for
guys.
hanging with
Let's
us.
see. But I really think this is going to be an amazing project once it's done.
Yeah, somebody said a comment in the chat here. Let me find it.
Hi, Leslie.
Oh, where'd it go, man? Jump that quick. It was just right there. Oh, Paul Dragon Lair, I'm glad you're here. Glad everything worked out for you, bud. He said, look up Zoopoxy. It's better than Dry Lock.
Oh, okay.
Zoopoxy.
You want to do that, Riko?
No. Did you want me to look it up? Okay, I can look it up.
Let's look either look it up, or we'll make Skipper just write it down for the future.
Yeah,
I will look it up.
I would not do that, because I lost that note I wrote for you.
This thing is like a hard rock. That's why You just got to work it.
Work it.
Yep.
Ooh. How many? 10. Oh, that's 10 gallons. 2 quarts is $45
What?
of
Yeah,
the ultra light. Now, I don't know if there's different types. There might be different types. This is a Polygem 307 ultralight Zoopoxy. So again, it's first website I looked at first. So there could be, multiples, but 2 quarts is $45 from this website.
Wow. Well, maybe it's a situation where you can mix it. You add dyes to it though, so it's not. It might sound like a lot, but once you add a bunch of different dyes to it, then it goes a lot farther than just buying one color of dry lock.
I see what it is now. I was thinking it was a paint, but it's not.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. I mean, it looks like they do a lot with it.
Yeah, boy, is it expensive. Whew.
Yeah.
Ed, I'll just send you a link to a couple of things on Facebook for that. Seems like that's the easiest for you, right?
Sure. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting this clay soft.
Dink, dink.
Have not.
I just got it. I got a notification.
GRB said Friday at 11 a.m. in Western Australia, local pet stores will have their new fish in soon. Have not been for years, it seems. I'm trying to figure out that last part. Oh, Uncle Bruce is watching. What's up, Uncle Bruce?
That's awesome.
I was just going to say that. Matilda Robinson, is that your cousin, Matilda? Who is Matilda?
Malia? Is it Malia?
That says Matilda Robinson, says Uncle Bruce is watching.
Oh, I don't know. Matilda?
Not their real name then.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, that's good. And hopefully Uncle Bruce is doing well.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's an awesome nurse or someone. I don't know.
Could be. Could be. I didn't even think of that.
I sure hope I don't have a relative named Matilda that I don't know. Matilda, I'm so sorry.
A little offensive there, little guy. I'd feel like, God, it's probably like your niece or something, and they're like, Uncle Ed's mean.
It's the one that I don't like. And I just blocked her out. Poor Matilda.
Hi, Hillbilly.
I don't even try. I don't even try to remember my cousins' kids' names. There's just too many of them. I gave up.
I don't even try to remember my cousins. I don't know any of them. I've got 10. I don't know any of them.
Oh,
I have
wow.
5. I have Malia and Laura. They're Uncle Bruce's daughters. Then I have Kristen and Juliana. They're my Aunt Joyce's daughters. And then I have cousin Dana in California. He was Donna's, my Aunt Donna. She's passed away, but it was her son. And only seen him a few times over the years.
I haven't met most of them, and I haven't seen any of them in 40 years.
No, I do see cousin Eddie sometimes, Eddie Dean, but he's actually my dad's cousin.
I've like 20.
Cousin Eddie.
I've like 20 some cousins. And I know every single.
Poor Eddie, his wife just passed away not too long ago. She fell down the stairs and broke her neck.
Jesus.
I know. They were sitting there watching movies, and she ran up the stairs to get some popcorn and fell, and she was in good shape. I mean, she drives a motorcycle and stuff.
That's horrible. Crazy. That's just you just never know, right? That's why you should always show your loved ones how much they mean to you.
Yeah, I
ABC says he tries to forget most of his.
Oh, there's Paul Sotero.
Paulie Paul.
I know who Paul Sotero is. I don't have his ball with me though. I'd squeeze it.
Well, come on, Ed.
Beaver ball. His beaver ball.
His what?
His beaver ball.
The football.
Beaver
From
ball.
Bucky's. Oh my gosh, you guys. I went to a crazy convention with Bob Kaler on Saturday. We went to something called Oddities and Curiosities. And let me tell you, it wasn't what we thought it was. We thought it was supposed to be a steampunk animal show. But
Yeah.
it turns out that's not till the following week.
Oh,
And this thing was like a steampunk thing, but it was like a Barnum's and Bailey's carnival show
Okay.
of
Yeah.
weirdness. They had they were giving out free taxidermy classes. I've never seen so much taxidermy in my life. I found out if you guys want to buy a two-headed duckling, it costs $75 stuffed. You're like, this big
Stuff. Oh, I thought alive.
No, I think what they do is they stuff two and they just glue a head on an extra head because there's no way there's that many two-headed ducklings out there.
I honestly never seen one.
Well, I wish I would have taken pictures. I think next time it comes to town, I'll ask Robert if he wants to go, and Robert and I'll videotape the whole thing and pretend like we know what we're talking about.
It's cool that you got to hang out with Bob, and you need to say hi to him. We haven't seen him in a while, so that's neat that you guys got to spend the day together.
And we went to Bucky's.
Paul wants
and
to
we
know
went
if,
to a bunch of fish stores.
Paul wants to know if you're going to the taxidermy demo next week.
No.
Dr. Awesome came in. Hello.
You can get a taxidermied giraffe, shoulders and head. That's like 7 foot tall. Bob took a picture of me next to it. I think he put it on Facebook or something. And it's taller than me while I was asking the guy a question.
That's crazy. Well, if you go in places like Cabela's, if you go to there's a big one that I went to. Like it had a museum of I guess it was a walkthrough. You can't really say museum because it had a bunch of taxidermy stuff. It was from different parts of the country, all wildlife, wild game and stuff that people have hunted over the years. And that was crazy. They had a full-size elephant.
Yeah, that's like the Bass Pro in Springfield has a museum.
Meg Cow showed up. How you doing, bud?
Hello. And Dragon Lair had a friend die on the operating table having a bypass. His best friend.
Oh, no.
Man.
Well, I'm sorry, Podrick. That's awesome. Or not awesome. That's awful. The other A word. The bad.
Sorry to hear that, bud.
Yeah, it's no fun at all. So what I'm doing is I'm just spreading it out across this thing. And this time I'm going to do the clay, like the rough end, like I don't know what it would be called. The part where you shove all the texture in. We're going to do that at the end. That way I can really squeeze it on good. And I don't think it'll fall off.
Well, look at it this way. If it does fall off, you got a nice hide. You made a hide for fish.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to find that the back, if you put this back there, your loaches are going to be hiding back there a lot.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be
your different catfish.
Yep.
That's the negative, but they like to hide. Give them a place to hide.
Disco Stew and Fish Rumor. Hey, Steve.
Oh, Fish Rumor.
Aunt Donna's watching too.
Oh, awesome. Hi, Aunt Donna.
Matilda.
Who's Melissa?
Matilda.
Aunt Donna, do I know? Matilda.
Matilda's the one telling us.
Sorry, Matilda. It's like waltzing Matilda is what I was thinking when we were talking about the Aussies. Oh, what was the deal? One of the Aussies said that fish are finally coming in.
Yeah, it was GRB.
Into Australia.
Yeah.
GRB. So have they not been selling fish in Australia?
Have you not been getting newer fish? And Walter Matilda. I was impressed there, Ed, that you knew that song.
Yeah, I can sing that song.
Tom Waits' version is my favorite.
I think I learned that in elementary school when we were doing national anthems. I can sing the Canadian one also. But of course, that was really handy for hockey.
We're thinking of different ones. Sorry, we're thinking of different ones.
A whole bunch of us went over to Windsor after a Blues Red Wings game. And when we were coming back across the border, we were singing "Oh Canada," and the American border guards got all snippety about it and said, "You guys can just stay in Canada if you're going to be singing their national anthem." So we stopped.
K-Stu is getting married on Saturday.
Awesome. Run.
Awesome run.
I was waiting for something to come flying past my head from that room.
Yeah.
Can your wife hear what you're saying, Skipper?
Oh, she hears us. Yeah. I got to be nice when I stream upstairs.
So she'll be able to see you closer.
She can hear it.
Now this one,
basement, she can't.
This one's got a couple of air bubbles that I got to pop. I didn't do a very good job when I was kneading it and getting it warm.
Ooh, Leslie, go take care of that. She said she got a call from one of her best friends. The roof ripped off the horse barn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll be going too.
Does she live in the same county?
It must be close.
Yeah, you might as well go down to your basement and watch us until the power goes out.
She's going to help.
Okay.
Barn.
Oh, well, that's nice. I was figuring there was a tornado. I don't like how curved this top is. I think I'm going to cut it up.
Why?
I don't like how it's too obviously curved.
Oh, you need a little bit more raggedy sort
Put
of.
some notches in it.
Got it.
Cut some notches in it.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, GRB explained there. He said, no, Friday is just new fish delivery day for his LFS. It's been years since he last visited one, thinking of going later and getting some new fish. So it's just been a long time since he's gone to one of his LFSs on New Fish Day.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if I was kind of thinking that at the end, but I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, it did sound like I was in the same place as you. Whip, what's up, Whip?
Whip. We've got a new store in town. It's called Prime Treasures. And what it is people from, what's it called? Amazon. They send their returns back, and Amazon just chucks it in a box and then sells it to these outlet people. And the deal is they get all their boxes in on Wednesday evening, Wednesday at 3. They start getting boxes, and they spend all day Wednesday evening and Thursday arranging it in tables.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can show up tomorrow at 8 a.m. and everything is $7 a piece. Whatever's out on the table is $7 a piece.
Wow.
Then on Saturday and Sunday, it's $5 a piece. Then on Monday, I think it's $3 a piece. And then on Wednesday till 3, it's $5 a bag. So it's like whatever you can fit in a bag, you can.
I just saw something about that. I don't know where I saw, but I just saw about these companies that are not just Amazon, but they get it from any of these places that do the returns like that. They just buy it basically in bulk. Plus, I hate you all anyways, Dr. Awesome says. He says, I was thinking about not watching. I had a migraine today, made teaching kind of hard, so decided not to do fish dissections. And he said, plus, I hate you all anyways. Jeez, that's pretty rude.
Love you too, Doc.
Hi, Cat House. And Cat House says bin stores are starting to be everywhere.
Yeah, we have one here. It's called Beckett. But their bins, they get theirs a lot from Walmart or Sam's Club because they're close.
Mm.
Yeah, we have
all about that. That sounds fun.
And they do the same thing with clothes on the weekend. Like they start off with a price, and then I think it's Sunday. Not everything, but certain stuff on these shelves are $1. Like I'm talking clothes and everything.
Well, the rules are if it's in a brown box, you're not allowed to open the box to see what's in it.
Yeah.
So Dad and I were looking through the window because we haven't been in there yet because we showed up at like 3:30 on a Wednesday, of course. And we looked in, and there's all that's left is brown boxes that are filled with stuff, but you have no idea what they are. And they're bigger than a bag. So it's still going to be probably $2 or $3 just to see what's in the brown box.
Sounds fun, though. It sounds fun. I'd go in there with, $50 and just grab a bunch of weird crap. You don't never know what you're going to get. It might be something you have no need for, or something broken or whatever, or it might be something very cool that you could use. It'd be fun. It's like a treasure hunt.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I think what they're doing is they aren't putting it out as the people are there, so they can probably pull out anything that's super valuable. And resell
you think
it
they're
for
selling another way on eBay or something like that, or selling it elsewhere?
Probably.
There's Kenny. Hi, Kenny.
Hey. But yeah, so I think that's what they're doing. They're kind of going over it for a day and a half to make sure they aren't giving anything worth tons of money. But I was thinking, what if they had like an FX6 or an FX4? Nobody's going to know what that is.
No.
So I thought it might be fun to see if there was any fish supplies in there. What can I buy for my fish tanks for $20 or something?
Yeah. You just got a super chat from our buddy Whip, and he says, Ed, can I send you PVC stuff plus return postage for you to paint all fancy like you do using that bucket of water trick? The what's it called? The dip, the
hydro dip.
Hydro dip. Pretty please.
I can't wait to start hydro dipping again. Right now, it's just a little too cold. So I need to wait till it heats up a little bit, because it's best to do when it's between 70 and 100, And if it gets over 100, it probably works fine, but I'm too hot to do it. But probably if it gets over 90 degrees, I'm going to be hot, but I'd still do it. But but it'd be easier if you send me some money to buy a PVC pipe for you or something, Whip, than to.
I think what it is, he has specific stuff he would like for you to do.
Oh, okay. Well,
kind of like
figure out
skulls for people. Them skulls.
Yeah, I have 4 skulls to do. One's for you still, Skipper. We're going to do a Pittsburgh skull for you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A Steelers skull. I want to do one for Skull. And then I was going to do a Philadelphia Eagles one for my buddy who doesn't even have fish tanks, but he has a Philadelphia Eagles bar in St. Louis. So I thought it would look cool.
Yeah, he'd probably like that.
Yeah. And, but you see, I get a short out of it. I get a short every time, and those shorts seem to do pretty good. So people like to see what's going to be made real fast.
Yeah.
So I don't mind doing them, just, well, heck, that one I do for Kid, his name's actually Clint, but everybody calls him Kid. And then what's really weird is, like, we called him Kid before we knew who Kid Rock was, and Kid Rock kind of looks like him.
Well, that's crazy.
Very weird. But, so I'm really happy with how these two came out. Let's see, I'll do a zoom in. I'll just do a giant zoom in.
Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in.
So I think I like the crunchy top better.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
for
maybe
sure.
I'll crunch up this one.
Yeah, it
I like
does.
that
I see what you
unevenness.
meant now. I didn't understand what you meant at first, but yeah, that definitely looks better. I agree with you.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is I'll do that while we chat. There we go.
So you remember the fish that we were talking about last week?
The Synodontis?
No, the rummy nose rasboris.
Oh yes.
Well, I ended up getting some.
Oh yeah.
They are awesome.
The orange ones.
Yeah, they're blue, but they have the rummy nose face. But
Yeah.
the females, they don't have that color. So I got 3 of each, and I would like to try to breed them. They're just pretty cool
Now-
looking. You don't see them in this area.
Broccoli said they weren't. They were something else though. They aren't actually rasboras.
They got a couple different names, yes.
So were you
I
gonna?
can't
How were
pronounce
you gonna
it.
breed them?
Well, they're egg scatters, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way for them to be comfortable in an area to where they'll scatter the eggs. I have an idea. I've done it before with zebra danios, but I'll try it with them. It's a different fish.
I would do the exact same way as that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would do vinegar worms or vinegar worms or vinegar eels. Vinegar eels. I bet you they'd like them when they're babies.
I'll tell you what, I have
You
a
know
lot
that.
of success with that fry food.
The
powder.
co-op fry food.
Yeah, I have that one. And then I just recently bought one from a guy I found on Instagram. It's out there. I'll have to get it. But yeah, I've had a lot of success with that with like Corridoras. And it's really, really, I mean, it's a powder. So they would be able to eat off of that if they wanted to also.
Boy, I just really like how these came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long are you going to cook them for?
I'm going to cook them for 25 minutes. Now, PVC isn't supposed to melt. Well, PVC has a different melting point between 500 to 210. But I really don't think it's going to be in there long enough because I've used really thin plastic and cooked it with this clay and it didn't melt. So
Okay.
I think it'll be okay. I wonder if I should build up the bottom a little bit to make it look like a root structure.
Good.
I could do it with this one, just one of them, just to see what happens since we have the time.
What awards did you get? I just saw Brother Dan talking about EMS Awards.
Oh, yeah. I got a Fire Police of the Year. I got the Rookie of the Year. I got top 10 in EMS calls. I was actually top 5. I'm just a driver, though, so they need drivers, so I'm going to make a lot of them, but then there was another one. No, that's it. That's it, those 3.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. I don't do it for
thank
that.
you. Oh, sure. But it's nice to have some recognition.
Yeah.
For sure. And Saint Stas came in. Hello. MedCow says he keeps forgetting to take a video of the train set of my job. I'd love it. I would love to see it, please. I'm leaning more and more towards getting into some trains again, which sounds wrong, but I said it and it's out there now.
Yeah, it does. I was gonna say something. Let's say if my son had a house of his own, it'd probably be full of that train sets.
Yeah. What kind? I mean, is he just like Lego trains, or is he? Because the Lego trains are amazing now. They're not like toys. But what is he into? Do you know?
Oh, I believe he would get the like the metal ones with the electric tracks and stuff. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had, we don't have room for that here, or I wouldn't mind. But
Yeah. That's why I was going to go with the small scale. Dapper Dennis has a real nice layout. So you get the N scale. The cars are tiny, and or even Z scale. Z scales
love those.
So I've been thinking about it. I can't afford anything right now, but back when things are not back when, but when in the future when things are better, we'll.
I didn't know they made them that small.
Oh yeah,
tiny. Oh, those little ones are so cool.
That's not the first time I've heard that. That fox head. Roderick's got a bunch of antique HO trains from the 50s. Wow, man.
Wow. They're actually.
We still have my dad's.
Really?
Yeah.
Dee said little ones need love too.
That's right.
I don't know if I have my trains.
Everybody's maybe. Go ahead, Ed.
Oh no, it's all right. Go ahead.
Paul Sotero likes to do the Addams Family. That was the Lionel, the O gauge, right? I think that was the O gauge, the big ones, I believe.
Yeah, I believe. So we used to have a hobby store up. Well, it's about 45 minutes away. Not only did they have trains, but right beside it was a fish store.
Oh wow! Well, that worked out.
Nice, Silver and Med Cow. Cool, both of those. It's funny too because people are saying stuff like, "I have a bunch of hoe trains, HO scale, hoe trains." Oh yeah, look at that, Ed. That's that changes the entire. Yeah, that's awesome.
To the other one.
Yeah, good job. That is very cool. That just adds a whole different. Yeah.
Definitely looks like wood now. Yeah, when I first read that, when he typed that, I was like, is he saying a joke or
HO scale? That's like probably the most popular, right? The HO. That's what I had when I was a kid, was the HO stuff. And the
I can't remember how
the Tyco race car sets and stuff. You could take the cars apart and really put different tires on them for special stuff. And oh man, I loved messing with those. Rack, what's up, Rack? Rack says, love the
Rack.
HO. Rack, I thought about you too, because your pond area would be awesome with like the big O scale or whatever. I can't remember what the big size is, but the big Lionel trains. That would be awesome to be out there by your pond.
Look, I just made like a hole in it.
Oh,
make it, yeah.
So not just for anybody who's just starting to watch, what I've done is I'm making fish or hides for your sponge filters. I mean, you're going to see the bubbles coming out of the top of the log, but it hides it pretty nice.
Another thing, them roots will help with stability also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Good job, Ed. Good job.
Yeah, Dennis Christian said that the HO scale was the most popular, or is.
I'd love to see that, Rack.
There's a garden scale?
That's probably the one I'm thinking of, because who else was it said that it was G scale? I just saw it. Was it Dennis? Who was it that said that the large one was the G scale? No, it was Brother Dan.
Yeah. Paul Sotero says it's a dinosaur leg with splayed toes.
Yeah, and Patty said the bubbles coming out of the top are going to be cool. Yeah. And Whip wants to see any Rack. Well, he's in the chat right now.
Rack's the best.
I need to meet him. I'm gonna have to drive to Tennessee though.
Well, if you do, I'll take you to the Tennessee Aquarium.
Guess we'll have to do a vacation in Tennessee.
Night Owl said, "Hey Ed, can you bake it twice so you can make parts and then bake them and then use them with fresh clay? Works great for 3D stuff."
Well,
so you would
the
bake
thing
it
is
and then add more to it.
it's going into a fish tank. So I've never tried to rebake this stuff, but I imagine if I'd let it cool completely down, it probably wouldn't overheat the second time around.
That's what I was going to say, though. It wouldn't dry out too much with the second heating of the first batch.
You want it to completely dry out, so I just don't want it to crack and turn brown.
Amisa, I'm sorry, I forgot. You told me how to say your name, Amisa, right? Do you seal it after baking? So he doesn't have to, right? That stuff is
seal it
fine.
at all.
But you were going to paint this one with very special paints.
I'm definitely going to paint it, and I'm going to use the same paint that they use at aquariums. Was my goal, the epoxy paints. So that's going to be a fun adventure that we're going to take together.
That's a good question, Nancy. She wants to know if the fresh clay would stick well to the already baked clay.
Well, what I would probably, because I roughed it all up. See all the texture?
Oh, okay.
It probably would, because it really gets in there. It still might have a tendency to break off, but super glue, fish tank safe. So whatever doesn't work, just super glue it back together.
Amisa. You've told me before, Amisa. I'm sorry. Memory's not the best. Actually, talked about that with the doctor tonight. Talked about memory loss tonight with the at the doctor's appointment.
I'm glad you can remember that you did that.
Well, Michelle was with me, so.
Oh, so she told you that you talked about it?
No, I do remember, but there's definitely something going on. So, Night Owl says, "I've been crafting with it for years. I've covered huge vases, made light switch covers, beads, kaleidoscopes, picture frames. What kind of beads?"
I know where you're going with that one.
What was that old? I don't remember. We used to talk about beads all the time, and I don't remember what it was about now. See, I was just talking about the memory. There was a running joke about beads for the longest time, and I don't remember what it was. Hi, Merrick. Yeah, Dr. Awesome. That's where I was going, but there was a joke about it. There was a joke, and I can't remember what it was now.
That was a while ago. I can't.
But you remember something like that, right?
Yeah. Man,
Hi, Merrick.
That was a while ago.
Paul McCarthy, hello.
No one has ever asked.
I'm glad I was the first. I knew the bees would get your attention.
Paul McCartney is my favorite Beatle.
Yeah.
Tug of War. There you go.
Muppet.
Hey, Muppet remembered. Muppet remembered. Remember now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember it was on Bob Kaler's when Mike was doing Florida Fish Rescue was doing the demonstration.
Yeah.
And I asked him to go look at my profile page, and the Tug of War Tuesday night. That's what it was. Yeah. I see. Thanks, Muppet.
Oh my God! That's funny.
That was another one of my favorite memories from the community.
If Night Owl sends me an email, give an address out for you to send them to.
Got to keep the customers happy.
Play tricks on people. What? They're handmade.
Now look at Ed's doing.
Oh man, you really got his brain going now.
Yeah,
a stump branch to it.
Happy anniversary to Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. Look at that.
Birthday, but I didn't know it was anniversary. Maybe you said that, Dee Dee. I think you told me that. That's amazing, Ed. It looks great.
Should I do one to the other?
Tomorrow is Annette, Mystery Snail Guardians. Her birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, wow. That's
And
nice to know that she's older than me.
She's about half your age.
Not if her birthday's now. Mine's not till several months away.
That's not how it works. That looks great, though. You really did. Really looks amazing.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Patty. That the branch that you made, you could hollow it out and you could put plants in it.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that. I hollowed it a little bit. What I'll do is I'll use a Dremel on that one. But this one, I'll make it completely hollow. That Patty, she's always thinking with her brain. It must be all the vegetarian stuff she eats.
Oh, God, don't get me started.
Coral. Lapidary Dave, he picked up some obsidian, called them dumbbells.
Freaking Coro. Got to see him on a stream.
Hi, Gina. Yeah,
Hey,
I
Gina?
saw a replay or something. I don't remember whose channel it was on, though, but I did remember I'd see him.
I do believe he did one on his channel, too.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
I miss a lot of them. You know, Wednesdays I take off. Sundays I don't watch. And then the night ones, there's so many that happened at night that, usually even by now I'm sleeping. So, hi, June. If my brain was weed, I'd smoke it.
Yep, he's done 3 live streams on his channel.
Whip says if I want to cut a 1 inch piece of PVC in half long ways, but not the entire length, what do I use?
Wait, what's the question?
So I want to cut a 1 inch piece of PVC in half long ways, but not the entire length. I'm confused. I can't wrap my mind around what you mean. Whip.
Put it on a table saw, and you know how you have the thing on the table saw that locks it down? Measure it. If you got a 2-inch PVC pipe, put the lock down at 1 inch, and then just barely put your blade this high up, just enough to cut through one side, and just feed it through along the side of the table saw. PVC is super easy to cut on a table saw. Did that help? I mean, we're talking to Whip, who's like a professional cutter guy.
Is that a riddle?
I'm just messing with us.
That's a freaking riddle. You got a $10 super chat.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I saw it. And Mr. Cross.
I see Rex's face on it. What did Rex say? Anything awesome?
Hello, panel and chatters. Or shatters.
Rex? Can't wait till Rex has. Oh, you should come. If you guys come for a family vacation to Tennessee, you should come while Rack is doing one of his art shows.
Tell you, he got some nice art.
Oh my gosh. And you wouldn't believe how awesome this stuff that's going to be at the show is going to be. It is so cool. He's got one thing. I don't want to say what it is, but I'm going to just say a little. It's going to have like 500 airplanes on it. Do you know what airplanes are?
Air plants. I thought you said airplanes. I was like, is it an aircraft carrier? What is it? Air plants. Okay.
It's going to be awesome.
So what Whip's saying, it has to curve out to leave a bit of it intact. A table saw will not work for that. You can use a jigsaw, but if you have a band saw, that would be way better.
Oh my gosh. I would love to have a bandsaw.
I have one.
I gave one away.
Oh.
Never used it anymore. I mean, I got it for super cheap It worked great, but I gave it to a friend of mine.
You know, at the factory, people would bring in tools that they never use and give them to each other and stuff. I never got a bandsaw. I got offered a drill press once, and I was like, no, I don't want a drill press.
Did James come in? Tom Tank says, I just want to say I miss you, James, at Fish Room Fever.
I don't
You
know.
didn't come in, right? I didn't see him.
I think
James has the ability to join us. It's just it takes lots of his bandwidth.
Yeah.
And
I'm with you though. I miss James too, and he will be back. Like Patty said, he'll be back.
He's not in here. Yeah, he will. Probably with a vengeance.
This was a suggestion of James's also. Like he came up with this idea for a craft.
That's cool. See, you're incorporating them into your stream.
Yeah.
But, oh man, I just lost it.
Saints Dust would like to know if you would make something for someone if you were paid decently for it. The best Saints Dust, the best way to get a hold of Ed to talk about that stuff is on Facebook Messenger. He is Chattanooga Ed over on Facebook. That's the very best way to get a hold of Ed. Very
What
nice.
do you guys think? Should I do another plant one-on-one? Like another branch
I
on
would
this one?
turn one the other way too. You know, you got them both facing the same direction just to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, but they're never going to be in the same fish tank. So that's why I'm not too worried about it.
Gotcha. Understood. You don't have any
I
tanks
thought
with
about that too.
You don't have any tanks with 2 sponge filters.
Well, I mean, I guess I could put it in a 75.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Mine. Peplin says, nice bongs.
Where did my
Larry D's taking off. Patty just said bye. Unfortunately, I got to go to bed. Good night, all. See you, Larry.
Hey, Larry, I don't know, he probably already went to bed. If you're still here, did you get into the aquascape? I wonder who all got into the aquascape.
Yeah, if you did, let us know. Whoever in the chat. Kenny, did you get in? Who all got in for the Keystone Clash aquascape? Keystone Clash.
Kenny did.
I haven't got a list yet, or I'd tell you.
I got Kenny's phone number.
I know.
That looks like cheese.
It's so
looks like you're cutting cheese. And Dr. Austin would like you to make a 4-foot high one.
Oh my God, that's a lot of sculpting.
Big Shrimping got in the contest.
I don't.
Awesome.
Oh, Big Shrimping. That's
Steve,
awesome.
That's great. I'm glad. I can't wait. I'll be watching over your shoulder. I'm going to make you nervous. Look that to everybody. They made a mistake having me help with that this year.
Well, let me give you a tip. We aren't very aggressive. We just had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But my tip is to try to get in with you get to pick your tanks, and Jason and Kenny and I all used the same table. We weren't supposed to. We put all of our junk together, but we just had so much fun. I mean, we were just like goofballs having fun the whole time, hanging out together. So try to get a tank next to us, Big Shrimpin', because I guarantee it'll be probably some laughs, if anything. It's not like Kenny won 3rd place, but it's not like we're professionals. So if you want to be close to somebody who's really good, don't be next to us. But
hey, Ed, if you want a free flight to Peru, you have to get down there and make one of those. It's 4 foot tall.
Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. I'd probably try to find a different type of clay to use though, because it'd probably be better to use just normal clay and make a kiln and cook it. The problem would be is you've got to knead it all, make sure there's no air bubbles, because it'll blow up in the kiln, because the oxygen expands and the clay gets hard and it creates a grenade effect. So maybe a concrete might be the best, but then you got to worry about pH swings. It's going to drop your. He knows all this stuff. He knows all this stuff. But that's why I don't use concrete for stuff, because I really don't like using or dealing with the water changes.
Steve said he needs first crack at my wood.
I know. I started laughing.
Yeah, you got to get in line, buddy. There is no line. I just open the trunk and get the hell out of the way.
Literally, that's what he did. I saw it.
Yeah. Next year, I'm hoping to have even more. We're starting to collect this weekend. We're going to start collecting because the weather's been so great. We're going to start collecting this weekend. So we've got from now until then, we'll be getting quite a bit of it.
Or
if I was a rich guy, I'd go to Peru and do this because that'd be so much fun.
Or you could buy a raffle ticket. And so they're doing a raffle ticket again this year for down to win a free trip to Peru.
How much are the raffle tickets?
Last year they were $50 a piece.
Yeah. Hey, Funny Viper. Go ahead, Ed.
I had a hard time paying for a raffle ticket. So that's if I could afford to go, I would just go and let somebody else do the raffle. But no, I'm not saying people buy the raffle tickets. It's a great cause and it's awesome.
Ivy wants to know if do you own the Sculpey clay machine? I'm not sure what that is, or rolling pin. It would make things a lot easier for kneading.
Oh, well, I don't. No, I don't. I have a rolling pin, but
what is the machine? What does it do? I got to look that up. And Big Shrimpin says he'll give me $2.23 for a 5-minute head start.
It rolls it out.
Yeah, it's like a pasta maker almost. Have you ever seen those pasta makers?
Yeah, it does look. It looks exactly like a pasta maker. Yep, I'm looking at it. Gotcha.
Because I do believe Danny from Danica Aquatics, she has one, I believe, for her.
Night Owl did the same thing. Yeah.
When she makes her hides, pleco hides.
And Danny is going to be maybe making those pleco hides with us next week. Isn't that awesome?
Rack, the only problem with that is shipping. You know, that's for a piece of giant wood. 20 inches tall isn't that big, but shipping that kind of stuff is the big part of that. I wish you were going to the Clash. I would definitely, try and look for something specific, but I'll still try and look and maybe we can work something out. I'll see what I can find. You have to remind me though, because
you could give me the wood for him and I could take it to him.
There you go. Yeah, there we go.
I drive my pickup truck.
There we go. Keystone Clash. Hello.
It's at least I can do for Rack.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, well, that might be too late for him, but if it works out, then, yeah.
Well,
shuttle it through Ed. He did say that. Yep.
What's he looking for?
20 inches tall that supports about 6 ounces, so that should be easy.
Oh yeah, that ain't that big.
I'll see what we find some really interesting pieces, and for something like that, it's great because the only thing I worry about is I don't know how to identify all the different types of wood, so I don't know for a fact that what I give you would not hurt your fish tank, but the stuff has been in the lake forever. It's driftwood, and then I let it sit out and bake all summer long in direct sunlight all day long, so there's no resins and stuff on it. I'm pretty sure, I try to clean off any extra bark that's loose and stuff like that. So there's no way for stuff to get on there, but it's just a disclaimer. I don't 100% know that driftwood is not bad for your tank, Well,
I bet he's using it for art.
Yeah, that's why I was saying his is a different case.
I use Riko's for my art. I've been using Riko's for my sculptures. They're really neat, unique pieces, and they cost so much to buy. It was pretty cool to be able to use them.
That one I got off of you, that one that looked like a leg. I still have it.
That was a
Chickamauga.
Michelle was very proud of that one. Sorry, Ed.
Oh, it's okay. I live on Lake Chickamauga, and it's a river. It's really the Tennessee River, but they use dams and make it, a lake. But they lower it for a couple weeks every winter for people to do dam work, or not dam work, dock work. So they lower it like, I don't know, 10, 12 feet, and then they can get on the docks real easy and fix them all up. What do you think of that?
That looks good.
Looks amazing. I'm so jealous of your skill with that stuff. That's just I have no artistic skill like that, and that's artistic. That's incredibly crafty and artistic. It's amazing. It looks like it's like somebody standing like this, woo, or something.
Give me a high five.
And I'll be able to drill that lower.
He says, yeah, Groot vibes, definitely. I am Groot.
Oh, tomorrow's Ant-Man.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
I won't be able to see it.
Is it just in theaters?
Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'll wait then.
Trying to think. Should I do one on this side? Or just
sure.
leave it?
I don't know. I like what you did with the other one.
We don't want to make them look identical.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking a Anubius would look really cool coming out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe something bent, like a bent.
Or some Windala that can't think what's the Windala's called. But yeah, it would, or moss would also grow great on this. Now this one I did do a hole in the bark. And I was wishing that I would have planned it so there would be like a burn mark on the inside where I did it, but I had no idea where the burn marks are.
Right.
Lady Diane, I haven't seen you in forever. Hi, Lady Diane.
Lady Diane.
I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, as soon as this is over, I'm going to cook both of these for 25 minutes each.
Hey, Mark. Mark.
Coral wants to know if that's poly. I lost it. Where'd it go? Polymer clay? That's sculpting?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it is. I just bent my root. That's going to be the problem. So that's why I left that underneath. So that way it'll dig down into the substrate and it shouldn't fall forward once it's in the substrate. But yeah, guys, I'm really happy with tonight's project. I think it came out great.
I do too.
I'm excited to show you the next one that I'm going to use. Oh, this, I don't want to. It's going to
Delightful Delilah just came in.
Oh, Delilah. Did Delilah see my hides? These are sponge filter hides that I did. Let's see how the big one did with the giant sponge filter.
Dee Dee said, I think this might be my favorite project so far. I think she might be right. Yeah.
It works, but I would recommend using the 5-inch instead of a 4-inch PVC pipe.
Yeah.
To get an extra inch on it. But I mean, you could literally make a big old tree that would cost, or a stump that might cost you $50, or no, not 50, maybe $150 at the fish store out of this stuff for maybe half that price out of this clay. And then, I mean, we still have to buy the paint. So we'll find out how much that paint's going to end up costing me. But that's going to be a fun project. I'll do that live with you guys so you can see me paint it.
And how much do you think you got into that right now? How much do you think just one of those cost?
TVC right now is about $7 a foot or something, or $5 a foot. It's crazy expensive. But I have lots of PVC scrap.
I do too.
I never get rid of it. So I've got plenty of PVC. Yeah, this was just scrap. I've got almost 2 pounds of clay. almost right at, this is all that's left out of the 2 pounds of clay I didn't use. So that's $12 that I've got into it. And I didn't even, I forgot to bring my sculpting tools. So I just used a butter knife for everything. So, I mean, you don't have to have fancy tools to make it look really cool.
Man,
I'm really happy with it. You know, the back's not so pretty, but that's okay.
You ain't gonna see it.
Yeah, it came a long ways from this one. This was this was my first attempt. And then this was my second attempt. And this one I used a wood brace across the back, and the wood brace popped out while it was cooking, and it totally made a weird shape. But I mean, if you paint it gray, it still kind of hides a. Yeah, you'd have to stick the sponge filter under the sand a little, but you could probably still use it if you had to. I've got a really cool project that I'm going to be doing. I've got a 75-gallon tank I got from Rack that I'm really, really looking forward to making a video on. I'm going to make it a sci-fi scape, and that's all I'll say. Is it's science fiction scape. I know a lot of us like to always see natural, but I think that this is going to look pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it will too.
It's and I'll tell you, it's a mountain, so it's a science fiction mountain. So I think it's going to come out really neat, guys. So I can't wait. I've also Rack also gave me a fish tank that has over 1 million views. Sean Peck had it, and then Rack had it, and they both made videos that did incredibly good. So I've been planning a crazy scape for it. I just need to find a big tree because I'm going to actually use big hunks of wood with it. And I'm looking forward to that one. So, but guys, thank you, all the mods. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us. You guys are all amazing. Thank you for the super chats. That made it so I can afford to do this stuff. Thank you, guys. And membership, you guys are amazing too. And Riko, Skipper, you guys are awesome.
Riko,
and
Skipper.
Do you know, is Mississippi Hippie going tonight?
I don't know. Terry said he had a rant. He said he had to rant, so he was going to do a stream. I don't know if Mississippi Hippie was going or not.
Well, you guys go check out Mississippi Hippie or Terry, and Mississippi will probably be happy, and Terry will probably get your blood boiling. So whatever you want to do, and it'll be fun either way, I'm sure. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.